Today, we're talking about the Samsung Galaxy A37. Because I've been using and testing it for a while now, and I've started to understand why the A series continues to dominate the market for Samsung. This phone sits in the exact space where most people are actually shopping. It gives you that Samsung experience, a big display, strong battery life, long-term software support, and a design that feels more premium than the price actually suggests. The Samsung Galaxy A series has always been important because most people are not buying phones just for extreme specification. They're buying something they can actually depend on every single day. A phone for school, work, content, business, WhatsApp, mobile money, photos, videos, calls, and everything in between. That's the kind of person the Galaxy A37 is actually made for. The first thing that makes the Galaxy A37 interesting is the display. You get a 6.7-inch AMOLED display with 120Hz refresh rate, and that alone changes how the phone actually feels. Scrolling through TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, or even just moving around the interface feels smooth and very comfortable. The brightness is also very impressive for this level. The display can get bright enough to remain visible outdoors, which matters a lot, especially if you live somewhere sunny or you use your phone a lot outside. Replying messages, checking maps, taking photos, or watching something under the daylight feels easier because the screen does not struggle as much for you to be doing this every time on your phone. The design also helps the phone feel more expensive. You get Gorilla Glass on both the front and the back. And the phone also has an IP68 water resistance. That means it's built to handle everyday accidents better, like rain, splashes, or the normal roughness of carrying a phone around every single day. Samsung also gave this phone a more polished camera. It's what they're calling the ambient island. It gives the back of the phone a cleaner and more modern look. It's a small and subtle change, but when you hold the phone, it actually makes the device feel more intentional and refined. Now let's talk about the biggest reason I think people should actually pay attention to this phone. Samsung is offering 6 years of software updates on the Galaxy A37. That means that this phone is expected to keep receiving major updates and security support for years, which gives it a much longer life than many people usually expect from a mid-range phone. This is important because the longer you use a phone, the more software becomes part of the experience. Apps keep changing, security becomes more important, and new features keep rolling out. So when Samsung promises long-term updates, it means the phone is not just useful today, it's actually built to stay useful for a very long time. The Galaxy A37 comes with Android 16 and One UI 8.5 out of the box, and that gives you Samsung's latest software look and feel from day one. The menus feel clean. The animations feel smooth, right? And everything feels familiar if you have used a Samsung phone before. Samsung also included some AI tools that make sense for normal people. You get features like Object Eraser, AI Remaster, can erase reflections, and AI-powered screenshot search. So if you take a photo and something annoying is somewhere in the background you can't clean up, you can actually do that with your Samsung device. And if you have a screenshot and you want to find something inside the screenshot, the phone can actually help you search through it easily. Performance on here is powered by the Exynos 1480 chipset, and in daily use it handles normal tasks well. Apps open properly, scrolling feels steady, switching between WhatsApp, camera, Instagram, YouTube, and browser actually feels comfortable. And the phone does not feel like it's struggling during regular use. For gaming, casual games and lighter titles should run fine, but if you're playing heavier games for long periods, you'd start to notice certain things and you need to adjust your expectations, especially with graphics settings. The phone is built more around everyday stability, social apps, productivity, and media consumption. Battery life is another strong part of the experience because, listen, the 5,000 mAh battery capacity gives you enough power to move through a full day of normal usage. If your day involves social media calls, camera use, YouTube, browsing, and messaging, the battery is built to handle that routine comfortably. Charging is also faster than what many people expect from a phone in this price range. The A37 supports 45 watts fast charging, so when the battery gets low, you can actually top it up quickly and continue your day. Just remember that the charger is not included in the box, so you'll need the right adapter to enjoy the full charging speed. The camera system is focused on everyday photography, and to be honest, the 50 megapixel main camera is the one you will use the most. And it is the one that gives you the best results. It works well for normal photos, food shots, outdoor pictures, portraits, and quick social media content. The ultra-wide camera on here helps when you want to capture more of a scene. It is useful for group photos, buildings, landscapes, or tight spaces where you cannot move back. The quality is more basic than the main camera, so the best result will usually come from the main 50 megapixel sensor. Samsung has also improved the image processing, especially for HDR video and low light shots. That means that the phone should handle tricky lighting better. For the average person, that matters more than just having a big number on the spec sheet. There are a few things you should know before buying it. The fingerprint sensor can feel slower than expected, especially if you're used to faster unlock systems. It still works, but you may notice that it takes an extra moment sometimes. Another thing is the USB speed. The phone uses USB 2.0, so transferring large 4K videos to a laptop through a cable can take longer. If you shoot a lot of video and move files often, that is something you'd feel in real life. The storage is also fixed because there is no micro SD card slot, so before buying, you need to choose your storage wisely. And if you take a lot of videos, download movies, or keep mini apps, the higher storage option will make more sense. The base version with 6GB of RAM is also something I would be careful with. I'm not saying don't go for it though, but in 2026, 6GB RAM can feel limiting over time, especially if you keep mini apps open or plan to use the phone for several years. If possible, the 8GB RAM version should be a safer choice. So who is this phone really for? It's for someone upgrading from an older Samsung or an older Android phone and wants something modern, durable, and reliable. It's also good for students, workers, parents buying for their children, and anyone who wants a phone they can use for years without constantly worrying about updates. After using the Galaxy A37, I understand why Samsung's A series keeps doing well. It focuses on the things most people use every day, like display, battery, camera, software, durability, and long-term support. And when those things come together properly, you get a phone that makes sense for a lot of people. Tell me, are you getting one of these devices? If you would, what variant are you getting? And don't forget to subscribe and we go talk more, Charlie.